in a bar. What are you
That's
gonna
true.
do? What are you gonna
true.
do? Nothing.
Nev's
I'm gonna have the bouncer
Nothing.
throw you out.
Nev's first line. See, that's what you should do.
I am.
Which is also gonna be played-
I am the bouncer in my bar.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. You're gonna be. It's gonna be played by you. You're gonna walk in, tap yourself on the shoulder, and tell yourself to get out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kick myself out of my own bar. No.
Yeah. No droids welcome here. Awesome. Well.
Hey Nev, want to buy some death sticks?
Want to buy some death sticks? Want to buy some death sticks? Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 4 of Breaking Bad Batch. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Cornered, the newest episode for the Breaking Bad.
Says season 1, episode 2.
Season 1, episode 2. Wait, what?
Yeah,
No.
it says season 1, episode 2, not season 1, episode 4. It says season 1, episode 2 on YouTube.
What?
Yeah.
That's because I've been hacked. The government.
You've been hacked, of
Yep,
course.
it's
that
the
old
government.
chestnut.
It's the government. You got to be careful. They're always coming after me. I've got some local
The
boys.
NBC defense.
Yes.
It wasn't me that said those things. I was hacked, honestly. It's the
Yes.
NBC defense. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
I was hacked.
It works. If it works for NBC, it works for you.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So, we're going to be talking about episode 4, Cornered. As always, I am joined by two of the best people that I know. To my immediate left, I've got Paul from the Escape Pod cast. Welcome, Paul.
Hello, how are you, Thad?
I am wonderful. And as always, in the bottom bitch position, as our power bottom, I've got the Nev. Welcome.
We'll
Nev.
kick you out of my bar.
That's
if
true.
I have to.
That's true.
Solomon Grundy says we can't give spoilers on a spoiler show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna happen.
So this episode will be heavy with spoilers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So-
Good guys win, bad guys lose.
Solomon. But you know, as a going nerdy live stream, again, come for the content, stay for the technical difficulties. And with Nev
Tangents.
and with Nev
tangent
being a
alerts.
little wasted, I feel like there's going to be a
I'm
lot
not
of
even.
tangents.
I'm not even remotely wasted. This is only my second.
So he tells us.
It's my second. I'm not even remotely wasted. I will be starting a third very soon.
Oh, okay.
Kelly says Happy Star Wars
Happy
Day.
Star Wars Day. So the 25th is the original launch date of A New Hope. Isn't that right?
I believe that is correct.
Right. So yeah, so it is officially a Happy Star Wars Day. So yeah, very excited about this. Now, quick question before we get into this. How many times have you watched the episode?
Once.
3 times.
Once. Just watched it once.
So
It was so dark and bloodthirsty. I could only watch it
What?
the once. I've been having nightmares since watching it.
Oh, I've had
So many
nightmares, but
people,
none of that.
so many people getting killed and dying in it. I'm like, my God, this is a cartoon, and people are getting killed left, right, and center. It's like,
yeah,
oh my
there were
God.
definitely on-screen deaths on this one.
Yeah.
There were a lot. I was talking with somebody the other day. They went, "Oh, it's tame. Nobody died." I went, "What are you talking about? Nobody died. What episode were you watching?"
Everyone died.
Many people got slotted in this episode. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It was redonkulous.
It was the red wedding of Bad Batch episodes.
It was. So yeah, so first off,
Spoiler alert.
yes, many died in this episode. So first and foremost,
Don't worry, they weren't Bothans.
that's true. As long as they're not Bothans, we don't necessarily. They were Pantorans, or on Pantora.
Who cares? Who cares?
I have a
They
theory
weren't
about
good
this.
guys. Nobody cares when it's not good guys that dies.
That's true, I guess. So starting off the episode, as we knew from the last episode, the Bad Batch, they're running low on rations, and now they are finally out. And so they need to make a landing. They need to find a new place. They are on their way, and they decide, hey, we need to make a landing. We need to go, and so they get to this. They get to this new place. They get to essentially Pantora, right? Which is, I think, is the planet they landed on, right? And one of the things that was absolutely interesting to me on this one is, I gotta say, I am now a full believer that Pantorans and the Chiss are from a same line.
Because there's one blue guy? Come on.
They're all blue guys!
You speciesist.
They're all blue guys!
Do you know how many blue aliens there are in the galaxy?
Like,
but I guess to you, all
Ayla
blue aliens
Secura,
look the same, don't they? All blue aliens look the same to you, Dad.
Ayla Secura has head tails. The Chiss do not. The only major
but she's
difference,
blue.
The only major
She's
difference
blue.
between the Pantorans and the Chiss are their eyes. That is the only major difference.
What about Cad Bane species? They're blue.
That's a valid point. Do we know Cad Bane's not a Chiss?
I can't think. No, he's not a Chiss. I can't think what his species. Hang on a minute, I'll Google it.
I can't think of what he is either. No, so I just keep getting that feeling, right? Because in the new Thrawn books, Duros, that's
Duros.
right.
There you go.
In the new Thrawn books, they talk about like how Thrawn is mistaken in the Empire for a Pantoran. It's only brought up once. It's at a party. It's Thrawn and Eli Vantos and Colonel Yularen. And he's Colonel Yularen at the time, not, Admiral. Anyways, so they land. They've got to get, parts and food and rations and stuff. And they've also got to remove the tracker. So essentially the two groups split off. You've got Wrecker and Tick fixing the ship, or trying to get at, an internal piece so they can, give themselves a different ship name, right? And then you have
so that they can hide their ship signature.
Yeah, a different ship name, right? I mean, you're right.
No, it's not so much that it's kind of like different size ships and different class ships give off a different signal, not necessarily a name or a serial number.
True. It's not that they're
gives off a yeah.
They're not just rechristening the ship and they have to be on land for it because they need a bottle of wine or something. But like they're fixing that. But Hunter and Echo and Omega go to do some trading. Now, it all goes awry. Omega gets lost. Dead bodies everywhere.
Omega doesn't get lost. Omega runs off.
Yeah, she doesn't do what she's told again.
And gets lost. Okay.
Yeah, impudent child.
I'm calling it now. The next time we see Omega go planet side, Hunter is going to have one of those like backpack harnesses.
Baby harness her. Baby harness that
where
child.
Where she can only run away, and then she's on a bungee and just, jump back. Fennic Shand.
How many of those do you have?
Do I have?
Yeah.
I refuse to answer that question.
And is it adult size?
Yes. My wife keeps one for me because I'm always running around. I can't go anywhere without, buying random stuff. Like Babu Frick. We've got life-size Babu Frick here in the background. Anyways, it's really interesting episode. I will say, Darkjilla says, I really can't wait for them to push the plot forward a little bit more. I feel like that's what they haven't been doing that enough, right?
No, they haven't.
It's a very serialized. It's just like The Mandalorian. It's very serialized in that this is what's going on. And I think
anything that Filoni touches is adult meets child. Adult takes child under wing. Adult learns to raise child.
Yeah. So I gotta say, is it because Dave Filoni wants us to experience what it was like for him under the tutelage of George Lucas? He's letting us live vicariously.
No, we've already had that.
Okay, fine. You've got to ruin it.
What do you think Ahsoka Anakin was?
Same concept. It's
exactly. We've already had
Omega.
Exactly. We've already seen it. We've been there. It's like, give us something new, you know.
But this is the concept, right? Now, here's I will say that I think that's a very legitimate criticism. And I think the best way for them to move forward with the show is to actually take a break from following the Bad Batch and show us what Crosshair's doing. Give us a Crosshair heavy episode.
The worst batch.
The worst batch. Or is he the best one? He's the perfect trooper, the perfect clone, right? Whatever. Give us
good gathering.
Give us a Crosshair heavy episode. If you do that, then, or if they do that, then you can have less focus on the boys and Omega, but you can also build the story. Yeah. This is why we need one of those bungees that bring him right back. Right?
Yeah. That child needs some serious discipline.
Seriously. Don't
go beyond the fence. Oh, I'm going to go beyond the fence. Don't run off. Stay next to me. I'm not going to stay next to you. It's like, okay. After seeing that a couple of times, it's like, yeah, all right. It's getting tired now. It's getting tiresome.
Don't force Cara Dune.
That formula is getting tired. You know.
So here's the thing, and I think that's gonna. I mean, yeah, but it's gonna happen, right? You've got Omega, who's been stuck on Kamino her whole life, and she's seeing all these new sights and sounds. Every planet she goes to, she's gonna wander off. I mean, she's a kid. That's what they do.
She behaves herself on the ship. Why can't she behave herself off the bloody ship?
It's a limited space. If she wanders off the ship, she's lost in space.
Maybe it'd be better that way.
It might be.
I'm with Neil.
Very possible.
Her petulance and her impudence, it's just getting a little bit, it really, really is getting a little bit tiresome now. I'm not adverse to some character depth and some exploring into, her interactions with other members of Bad Batch. We've had a little bit, we've had some with Hunter, and we've had a little bit with Wrecker, and we've had more with Hunter, and then we've had more with Hunter, and then we've had more with Hunter. It's like, there's Tech and Wrecker, and quite clearly Hunter has absolutely no ability to keep control of her whatsoever.
No.
I mean, just...
And Echo just, is an ancillary character.
Yeah, Echo's an ancillary character at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. I will say, though, this was probably the most humorous episode. It had... if you think about it, so far, it had the most running jokes. It had the most, kind of punchlines.
It had a lot of comedy relief.
It had a lot of comedy relief, right?
A lot of comedy relief, yeah.
I mean, I love Wrecker. You guys know that. He's my favorite. I'm starting to feel like the show's going to get a lot darker when Wrecker dies. And I do think that he's going to go. I think it's likely that Wrecker will be the first to go. Mostly because he's just a big dumb idiot. And typically big dumb idiots, I don't know, they're the kind that grab power lines and they're like, oh, what's this? And shock themselves to death. But I love the moment when like Tech is like, all right, we've got to do this, 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 and he's like, whoa, shut up, just tell me what to lift out. Right? It was hilarious. And then Echo gets all offended at Hunter trying to sell him. And then
that was funny.
And then he's like, well, I'm worth more than that. I'm worth
more than that.
And then he's walking out. He's like, you got a deal. You got a bargain, buddy. I thought that was hilarious, right? I think they're trying
and that 3P the 3PO unit, that protocol droid, hot. I don't know what female voice actress was doing her voice, but I want to see. Very hot.
Oh, you mean the voice? I was like,
the voice sounded like a hot chick.
It's a
doing the voice for that droid.
The 3PO droid.
Yeah.
The protocol droid. The protocol droid.
I don't know if it was her.
Sounded like a hot chick.
Well, no, it's famous.
It was that ESO4.
It's a famous voice actress. I'm
IMDbing it.
Grey Griffin.
Grey Griffin, is that what her name is?
I think she's the one who plays Oh no, that's Detours. Never mind.
CG67?
Yeah, I think that was the one.
K Griffin or Grey Griffin?
Grey. Grey Griffin plays in like all the Scooby-Doos.
Yeah, she's Catwoman.
Found her.
She's Catwoman for Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hot.
Yeah.
She sounded hot.
Yeah, as she's Wonder Woman and Teen Titans Go.
She's Daphne in Scooby-Doo.
She's Martin Prince, apparently.
She's Daphne. Red hair, there we go. I'm sold.
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. Like this is like Grey Griffin.
She's Bonnie and Puppy Dog Pals.
Yeah, she is a very, very prolific voice actress.
She was in WandaVision. Interesting.
Who was she? She was
one of the female commercial voiceovers.
That is interesting.
So Disney's got her on retainer then.
Yeah. Now that they have her in one episode, they've got her for life.
She was Maz Kanata in the Lego Star Wars Holiday
Oh my gosh. She's in everything.
She's in everything. She's one of those voice actresses.
Yes. Like seriously, she is a very prolific actress. And so like it's not surprising. Like I saw her and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." She's cuz I watch a lot of Scooby-Doo. Like I got my youngest like totally loving Scooby-Doo from childhood. You know. I started her on like the new silly Scooby-Doos as a kid. And then I introduced like the OG Scoobies and she's like, "Oh, I love these so much more." I was like, "Yeah, cuz they're better." And so anyways, I really liked this episode. Like I did. I absolutely did. Now, I think Dark Jill's point is a valid one. It's very serialized, and I think they need to do something to fix that. I love following the Bad Batch. I think that's awesome, but at this point, I feel like I'm going on errands with them. You know.
Yeah.
Let's go to the Bad Batch goes to the store.
Yeah,
Bad Batch goes to the store. It's too pedestrian.
Yeah,
it's just too pedestrian. It really is.
And I mean, it's formulaic, but Star Wars is formulaic, which, I mean, that doesn't bother me. But again, what does kind of not upset me, but it is hard to rewatch something like this as many times as I did. Because it's just not keeping my attention.
No.
It's something that
I'm definitely with you there.
Like I'm watching it once and I'm paying attention most of the time, but I find myself turning away. you know?
Yeah.
And definitely on second and third rewatch, I'm putting it on the background, I'm doing something else. And I like this story, but it doesn't have the gravitas for me yet. Now, I will say I had the same feeling with season 1 of Rebels, but man, season 2, 3, and 4, I was glued. You know? So I'm thinking that maybe this is just like season 1, it's getting the stuff out there. You know, I mean, the same thing happened for me with WandaVision. I know not everyone liked it, but like, and I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, but like episodes 1, 2, 3 were so weird that I was like, I don't know what's going on. And this is so strange that I'm forced to watch. But then when episode 4 came in, I'm like, oh, everything makes sense now. Continue. And from then on, I was like, okay, great. I love this. So I'm kind of hoping that that's what we're seeing here, is they're getting all of their, you know, season 1 jitters out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I got to these last 2 episodes, gets to the end of the episode, and I'm literally saying to him, is that it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's my reaction. My reaction is that it?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, fine. I'll wait till next week. I'm not instantly compelled to want to watch again. It's not like episode 1.
Yes.
As soon as I watched episode 1, I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
Because there was so much going on, and I'm like, oh, did I miss anything? I've got to watch it in case I missed something, because this was so fun and so exciting. And then, you know, 2 was a little bit more developmental, you know, but there was still some stuff in there. And then 3 and 4, I get to the end, and it's like, is that it? Yeah. All right, then I guess I'll wait for the next episode, and that's it. I do not feel compelled to watch the episode again. You know, it's episode 5, 6, 7, and 8 of season 7 for me all over again.
Yeah.
It's like I was expecting character development. I'm not getting the character development in these episodes that I was expecting to get. You know, I got in episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8 of season 7. We got a lot of character development, but they were just characters I'm not interested in.
Yeah.
These are characters I'm interested in, and I'm not getting the character development that I thought that we were going to get.
Yeah. So,
you know, I thought there was going to be a lot more interaction on like one-on-one basis between Omega and the other Bad Batch characters, but it all seems to be her and Hunter at the moment. And it's like, there are 3 other members, there are 3 other people on that ship. Can we have some character development between Omega and those? Obviously, this entire series is focused around her.
Yeah.
Okay. But there is a supporting cast.
Yeah.
The Bad Batch is the supporting cast. I mean, the show's named after them, but for all intents and purposes, they are the support, you know, they're supporting cast. So you've got to develop those characters around what they're focusing on. I mean, that's what you get with TV shows that have someone that they want to focus on. Buffy the Vampire Slayer had the Scooby Gang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Firefly had Nathan Fillion's character. Excellent support cast. You got that character development. I mean, all right, granted, we only got 1 season of Firefly, but he was the focus, and everybody else revolved around him. But you got the character development.
Yeah.
I know I seem to be quoting Joss Whedon, Joss Whedon a lot here, but that's, you know, it just seems to be. I mean, I was expecting it in this episode.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been forthcoming. And I want more character development. You know, if they're going to give me these pedestrian episodes, give me something. That's a nice little bit between those 2. And you know, not just an episode with comedy relief.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite ensemble that I think of when we were mentioning that, nothing nerd related at all, but is the TV show New Girl. If you've ever seen New Girl, it's not about the girl. I've seen
random episodes.
It's not about the girl. No one watches it for the girl. You watch it for her guy roommates because they're hilarious.
Really? Because
they're hilarious.
I mean, Zooey Deschanel is
beautiful actress,
hot.
Beautiful woman, a great actress, quirky and fun, and she definitely has her moments. The show is about her. However, I don't know a single person who watches it for her. They watch it for the goofy roommates.
I watched it for her.
Okay, fine. Shut up. Totally pull, yeah. Anyways, pull the rug out from under me. Now, Audrey asks, do you think that it was a mistake to put Omega in as a character, or will there be a big payoff or a big reveal towards the end of the season? And
there better be. There needs to be. If there's no payoff on her character at the end of this season, I'm going to be like, seriously, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Do not give me Parks and Recreation season 1, Dave.
Ooh.
Don't you dare give me Parks and Recreation
no.
season 1. I do not want to have to wait or wade through an entire season before it gets good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just don't do that to the fan base. Do not give us a throwaway season before you get good. All right.
Oh yeah.
Because nobody watches season 1 Parks and Rec.
Because it's terrible.
Everybody goes straight to 2 because season 1 sucked.
So
Everybody
bad.
goes straight to season 2. So if we don't get a payoff at the end of this season, and then season 2 of Bad Batch is awesome, and you're having conversation with friends about animated shows, and you recommend the Bad Batch, you're going to be just like Parks and Rec. Yeah, don't bother with season 1. Yeah. Don't bother with season 1. It's crap. Just go straight to season 2. Okay. And if we get to by the time we get to season 4 or 5 of the Bad Batch, if that's what happens, that's what's going to happen. Nobody is going to recommend season 1 if we don't get a payoff.
No, absolutely. They'll say watch episode 1 and 2 and then skip
to season 2.
Right. It'll be bad. It'll be really bad. Now here's the thing though, with Filoni, there's always a big something at the end. And one of the big rumors that's going around, and this was not even a rumor, it was the ambiance guy, the sound guy, the overture guy, the one who does the soundtrack. He said that season 1 will end in a very emotional way. Like, if I remember the tweet correctly, it was something to the effect of, is it wrong to cry when creating the soundtrack for an episode? Or something to that effect. And he went on later on, he's like, this is a really powerful ending to the season. And so I think it's going to pick up. And just like the Martez sisters were kind of a hinge point for Ahsoka, I'm hoping that episode 5 starts to pick up.
Episode 5 is when Martez sisters started.
Yeah.
But that's what my point is. Like, if we're getting 2 good, 2 bad, instead of 3 good, 3 bad, 3 good, if it's 2, 2, and 2, and 2, I think that's a little more palatable. Now, for me, if this episode was coupled with the last one, I think it would have been way better, right? If this was a 40-minute episode versus a 23-minute episode, I think there would have been a lot more to it.
Yeah, but then you'd have a mixture of, Filoni tropes.
Yeah, just give us just give us the Rex episode in 5, please. Please give us the Rex episode in 5.
It's coming soon. Like, if you look at the original trailer, we only have a couple more episodes or a couple more scenes that haven't been shown in that original trailer, and it's likely what they'll do. And they still haven't said how many episodes this season is going to be. It's more than it's at least 15. It could be a full 23. But I'm still thinking it's going to go more likely to like 16 to 18. I don't think it'll be a full.
It's saying 6. Star Wars Wiki is saying 16.
16. Okay. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But if that's the case, then what we're gonna see is we're gonna build to that middle point. And then, I don't know. So storyline wise, if I'm gonna put on my teacher hat here for a moment, like the narrative plot structure, right? The rise, the roller coaster that we've all seen in an English class, right there, that beginning, that introduction, the moment where it starts, we're starting to get to the rising action. We're starting to build to our climax, and then it's going to be afterwards, right? Filoni tends to leave the climax towards the end with only a little bit of like wrap up, right? The last 2 to 3 episodes are his climax for the season. So it's not a lot of falling action with pretty much everything he does. So I see it starting to build soon. We're in episode 5. I think it's going to be like this. I think we're going to get a lot of ups and downs. I think we're going to get some really good episodes mixed in with some like this. I think that's what we're going to see. But yeah, so I don't know. I thought this was a good episode. I thought it was funny. But there are definitely things that now that I'm looking at it kind of bug me. Right?
Yeah. The ship is fixed. They've got supplies.
Yep.
Go do something.
Yeah.
Seriously, go do something.
Yeah.
You've changed the signature of your ship. You've got supplies. There's nothing wrong with your craft anymore. Go do something.
Now,
It's
go ahead, Paul.
It just reminds me of one of my very, very favorite series, Mystery Science Theater 3000. If you wonder how he eats and breathes and other science facts, repeat to yourself it's just a show, and I should really just relax.
So here's the thing. Professor Going Nerdy, I wonder, do you incorporate Star Wars
does.
to your lessons? I absolutely do. Many of my students are like, why? I actually had a kid yell at me the other day because he thought I was making fun of him. But I was talking, and his name was Luke, and I was talking about Luke, and I was talking about the storyline. He's like, I hate that. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm not, this isn't you. I'm a Star Wars fan. I was like, it was a half semester course, and he didn't realize that I was. Anyways,
was this the same one that didn't realize that,
Let's talk about the.
No, different. So
let's talk about the only interesting thing that really happened in the episode, Fennic Shand.
Yes. So at this point,
it was the only interesting thing that happened.
So at this point, Fennic Shand's abs are real.
Yes.
She does not have robotic abs. That is really important to know. They are flesh and bone.
And that hairstyle would not look good on Ming-na.
No.
That hairstyle, that she if she got to makeup and it's like, oh, we want to de-age you, we want to use de-aging technology for a flashback scene.
Yeah.
We need to do your hair like this. She'll be like,
just give me the hat.
Hang on a minute. Just give me 5 minutes. Just gonna call my agent. No, I'm not getting my hair cut like that.
Yeah.
That's what she'd be like. Ming-na does, that hairstyle would not look good on Ming-na.
Yeah.
She looks good with the nice, long, flowing.
She does. She does.
She's lovely.
This has a very, I don't know. It feels like Iden Versio a little bit. I know I say that a lot, but like the short hairstyle, kind of what we saw in the story. Anyways, so one of the things that I found was interesting is her approach. She is a bounty hunter, and like you see it in the docking agent, right? Like at the end of the episode, the guys are flying off, and he's like, "No, she hasn't paid me yet." And like she walks up to him, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I tried," and he gives her credit. She gives him credits. Like if he comes back, you know how to contact me. Like the way that she was with Omega, I think she's a very different type of bounty hunter than we've seen in a lot of the Star Wars shows. You know, it's not as aggressive. It's not as in your face. It's very subtle, right? The way she was with Omega, I think it was like she was pulling her in, building her confidence. Hey, I'm going to help you find your friends, right? And had they not been able to find her friends, she would have said, hey, come with me. I'll help you find a place in the galaxy, right? I'm really impressed by her because it's not in the in the Mandalorian. We know that she's amazing. We know that she's a bad A, right? And we saw that here too. But we also saw a side of her that shows her just how professional she is and just how exceptional she is at being a bounty hunter. I'm really excited to see her again.
She's a good shot.
She's
Definitely a good shot. She's a cold-blooded killer.
Mm-hmm.
So she ain't nice. She does what she needs to do in order to get her mark, in order to secure her mark.
Yeah.
She is a cold-blooded killer.
Absolutely.
Okay, she ain't nice. She's not even an anti-hero.
No. She is our bad
She is
guy.
evil.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say evil. She's
evil.
I would see that's. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say that she's evil. I think that
She
she's
killed
just,
civilians.
We don't know that those civilians weren't like
They blew up against a wall.
spacists. Maybe they deserved it. Right? Maybe those civilians were drunk. And it was their fault.
It was their fault. Yeah.
It was their fault.
It was their fault they died. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Third-party contractors working on the Death Star all over again. It was their fault, right?
Well,
They knew the risks they took being, security people. They knew the risks. They knew that bad people were going to shoot at them and try and kill them.
Indeed. Right? They were aware.
It's their fault.
All of those Wookiees.
You know?
I'm just kidding. Not the Wookiees. Not the Wookiees. So I will. Okay, fine. She's evil. Okay, I
She's evil.
cave. She's evil. But it was
She's not
awesome.
evil. She's just bad.
She's just bad. Yeah, exactly. She's willing to do what she
The
needs.
Anakin defense. Evil's a point of view. The Anakin defense. There you go.
So I will say, if that's the way that you're going to look at her, and I could argue against it, but I have a feeling that I will be wrong or proven wrong.
Yeah.
One of the things I think that does is it shows us as an audience who she is in The Mandalorian. Right? Because really in The Mandalorian, she's not a bad guy.
She just kills bad people.
She just kills bad people.
Stormtroopers. And we don't mind when people kill stormtroopers.
Exactly.
You know?
We're okay with that.
Regardless, doesn't matter if they've got, a wife and 2 kids at, back on the ranch on Tatooine.
Yeah.
They're in a stormtrooper uniform, so they deserve to get slaughtered. Don't they? Absolutely. So, So now we're learning more. It's like learning her backstory. So, yeah. And so we're learning just what a real piece of work she was in her
Audrey
youth.
is saying if Fennic Shand is around in this timeline, where was she in Empire Strikes Back when Vader was hiring bounty hunters? There's more than just those group of bounty hunters.
Yeah. So that could have been.
She could have been on the other side. She would have been on the other side of the galaxy.
There's a lot of reasons.
There are probably. I mean, when you think of how many thousands of planets there are, thousands of star systems there are in the galaxy, there are literally going to be thousands, if not tens of thousands of bounty hunters. Those were the half a dozen bounty hunters that were close enough to Vader's ship to answer the call.
Yeah.
And get there straight away.
Yeah. One of the things that's important too is we learn in The Mandalorian that somewhere along the line she crosses the Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. The
ISB. By the ISB, yeah.
And
maybe it's because she didn't show up for Empire Strikes Back.
That's what it is.
That's exactly why.
It was she was supposed to be here 20 minutes ago. Put her on the hit list. right?
Yeah.
The Empire is all about getting those trains to run on time, right? So yeah, I don't know. But no, there's dozens of reasons that she could have. I mean, and dozens of places that she could have been.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty with the Star Wars galaxy. It's one of the things a lot of I don't actually have issues with new characters being introduced into the Star Wars galaxy at various different points in the timeline, because you're dealing with a very, very, very big galaxy. You know, literally thousands of star systems, lots and lots and lots of planets. So every now and then you can throw in a new bounty hunter, a new good guy, a new bad guy here and now. They don't have to fit into the original trilogy timeline. The original trilogy timeline was just one story being told at that time in the Star Wars galaxy, you know, and there were other stories going on during that same timeline that just had nothing to do with the Luke Leia Han storyline.
Yeah.
You know, Fennic Shand might have had her own, you know, she might have been hired to do a job on the other side of the galaxy that had nothing to do with the Empire. You know, she could have been she could have been hired with 6 other bounty hunters to, you know, rid a small town on a planet of bad guys that were extorting the, you know, the poor villagers that just wanted to farm, you know.
Yeah.
There could have been a 7 samurai, you know, a
That
7 samurai
familiar,
situation
man.
going on a planet somewhere else in the other Star Wars galaxy, you know, somewhere else in the Star Wars galaxy. There are literally thousands of stories going on simultaneously in the Star Wars galaxy. I just wish they'd say, you know, give us good ones.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I agree.
Give us good ones.
So Fennic Shand, because she's a new character, we don't have a lot of background on her. This is only like the 5th time she's been introduced. I haven't seen her in any of the new canon books. I'm not familiar. There is a bounty hunter series going on right now in comics, but I haven't read any of those. Paul, have you been caught up on any of those?
On the comics?
On the bounty hunter comics?
No, I have not on the bounty hunter comics. I'm missing an issue of Target Vader. The original line of bounty hunter comics ended up, they weren't able to reorder one of the ones I needed, so I passed by that. But a new one just came out that is sitting in the to read pile.
Okay.
I'm rereading Aliens at the moment. I'm waiting for something decent to come out. I'm just waiting for something decent to come out.
I am going through, and I'm trying to stay abreast of the new Darth Vader comics, where he goes to Exegol, and so I'm really excited about it. I just haven't been able to make time to read them. I think I'm in 2 issues deep with, I think there's like 7 or 10 out already. I don't remember exactly how many, but so far
I can go find out.
So far it's really interesting. I've really enjoyed it.
I think there's, when it comes to the comic books, I really, really think that they should take the Star Wars stuff off Marvel and just give it back to Dark Horse, because Dark Horse did some really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
They did stuff that cannot be recited as canon.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't matter. That they did just random stories that didn't have to particularly join on to any particular
And
movie.
IDW still can do their own stuff, Star Wars Adventures.
That's true.
I liked the random Dark Horse stories, you know?
Yeah.
This bounty hunter one might be quite good. Might be just some random bounty hunter stories. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So the question is, who's she working for? At this time, Boba Fett.
Who does number 2 work for?
Who does them? That's right, man. You tell that turd who's boss. Who does she work for? Is she an independent contractor? Is she working by herself? She's working for somebody. Somebody's bankrolling this whole operation.
I think it's but I do think that it might. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying that it might be someone affiliated with Boba. And the only reason I say that is because we know that the Kaminoans put a certain degree of value on her, and that information may have leaked out of the facility on Kamino.
Yeah.
And she's not a mark for any big overriding thing. I think that she's a mark because they know that they can get a big, old, juicy, fat ransom from the Kaminoans for her. So I don't think there's like a big evil that wants her. I think it's, I genuinely think it's some, not a bounty hunter guild, but an underworld gang that has got wind of her being out there, and they're thinking, if we can get her, we can ransom the crap out of her back to the Kaminoans. So I think it's not not Galactic Empire related. I think it's underworld related.
Yeah.
That's so I think her boss is someone from the underworld.
Now, that is actually an interesting thing. Now, I was looking it up right here. Boba Fett at this time period, he has formed, he would be a teenager. He has formed his crew, and it is called the Crate's Claw. It's based on Tatooine, right? But he does operate off of Coruscant from time to time. We've seen him in the Clone Wars. We actually see the Crate's Claw going up. That's when Asajj Ventress is bounty hunter Asajj, right? So all of this is likely going on. He's just kind of dealt with Asajj, or he and his crew have kind of dealt with Asajj. Obviously, this is the Empire taking over, so there is some room for that bounty hunter element. That what do you call that? What you just said, the underworld element, and that would actually be really interesting because one of the more recent, and this trailer came out like 2 weeks ago. Okay. So this is not something that I think is, it's on the works up, or it's coming sooner rather than later. But the gentlemen, the Bad Batch, have to now find work. And one of the things they do is it looks like they reach out to Trandoshan, who gives them a job. Now, if they give him a job, who is that Trandoshan working for? How is that Trandoshan connected to the underworld, right? What's the job that they take? There's a lot of stuff that could go into that. But I do think that's where we'll see the next couple of episodes kind of take this, right? Because we know they're out of money and they're out of resources. They have got to find work, right? Yeah. This damn economy, once the Empire took over, is just, it's just putting hard work.
Everybody's got everyone's having their currency.
That's right.
Taken off them in exchange for that. I mean, there is a more. I mean, I think it's underworld based. There is a more simple explanation for it.
Sure.
We know that Vader doesn't have issues using bounty hunters.
Yeah.
So it could be that Vader's hired a few bounty hunters.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be that Vader's hired a few bounty hunters. But I'm more inclined to think it's the underworld slant, and because they deal in information, and if they got wind of something valuable to the Kaminoans,
oh yeah,
I think it's all about the cheddar. I think it's all about the money, and they're just she's simply a mark for something bigger, because if she is as important to the Kaminoans as an underworld gang would think, they can get pretty much a signed blank check from the Kaminoans, tens of millions of credits. So
sure.
yeah. But it could be Vader. It could be a way to introduce Vader. You know, because he does like to use bounty hunters.
True, absolutely, and I would love that. And I think, personally, I think it could be if Vader's just becoming Vader at the moment, so it's not necessarily likely that if he does have the Inquisitor squad working, that he trusts him enough to go out on missions. But this could have been like the bounty hunter fails, and so therefore that's when he finally says, all right, I'm going to send in my Inquisitorius. I think that would be cool. I'm hoping we see them show up in this, because that would be awesome. And seeing Omega pitted against another Force user or a Force user, it could show maybe a power that she's not shown yet. So I don't know, but let's we're getting towards the hour mark. Let's go ahead and give our final wrap up. Paul, what are your out of 5 clone helmets, what would you give this episode?
It was, it had its comic relief, but no plot driving story. I gave the last one a 2. I give this one a 3.
All right, Nev.
Yeah, I'm there. I definitely appreciate it. If the Fennic Shand stuff hadn't been in this episode, my God, it would have been dull. So yeah, I'm thankful for the Fennic Shand stuff. I'm not going to give credit for comedy relief. We know Dave Filoni. We know he can do comedy relief. So that's part. That's part of the course for an episode. We know Wrecker's going to say some funny stuff, because Wrecker does funny stuff. He's good. He's good, solid comedy relief. But that's the point. He's comedy relief. An episode isn't supposed to be all about the comedy. That's why he's the comedy relief. Relief being the operative word there, adding brevity to a situation. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. That's funny. That's comedy relief. It adds brevity to a situation. So, but yeah, no, I'm the same as Paul. I'm a 3 on this.
All right. Now
I'm a 3 on this.
I will say that after discussing it with you guys, I probably would have given it a higher score, but after discussing it, after really talking it out, I'm gonna give it a little higher, but I'm gonna say a 3.25. Just to make the math of the numbers a little more complicated, which I think is a 3.07.25. I don't know.
3 point something between 3 point and 3.25. So it's 3 point something.
There's a remainder that goes there.
Yeah, exactly. There's a decimal. There's a decimal and some numbers afterwards.
Yeah.
We don't.
My gosh.
But we just don't quite know what those numbers are off the top of our head.
So
pi 3.14.
Yeah.
3.14 pi. It's a pi episode.
I thought it was a fun episode. I thought it was okay. It was definitely on par, but it wasn't above par, and I don't think it was below par. I did like the comedy relief. I loved Echo's almost sassiness when he was walking out of there like, you got me for a steal, right? Like, I loved that, like, after everything he's been through, this is the thing that upsets him, but I am looking forward to more than this, I like it. I still want more, and I want to be left wanting more, right? Like way more than what we're getting. So that's us. Now, Paul, what do you have planned for this week? Or I guess gentlemen, but start with Paul.
Continuing to work behind this curtain right here and in this new door that just got placed.
Yeah.
Vault 37 Studios is probably about 2 to 3 weeks out.
Awesome.
Ribbon cutting. We'll have to do a ribbon cutting.
We certainly will.
Do you know where you can get like a giant pair of scissors?
No.
Or a katana.
You could get a regular pair of you could get a regular pair of scissors and wear a green glove, right? And then have Kirsty stand way back and hold her hands like this, and then you could put the scissors right in front of the camera, and on cue have her do that, and then you close them. So you could do some special effects. Okay,
Yes.
so just use a regular pair of scissors up close to the camera, and then Kirsty in the background, and then she can like pretend she's doing, big pair of scissors. That'll work.
Nev,
Special effect.
what do you got going for this week?
Well, tomorrow we have the final episode of the season 2 of GA Center. So,
who's worse, that or me? Find out tomorrow.
yeah, who's the worst competitor in AAA?
This guy.
So
Pretty sure it's
yeah,
this guy.
And so Ranger and I will be doing the final GA Center of season 2, and then obviously we've got our week break while we put together some the yearly awards for people that won their titles and won their leagues and
or didn't
who gets the wooden spoon for the year, who gets King of D, who gets the best offense, and
what kind of award show is this, Nev?
Highest
The
3v3, highest 5v. Yeah, King of D. Endall's looking good for it. But I will have to check. I'm gonna have to check Gom's
Have you been
record.
checking out Endall's D?
Oh
It
yeah,
sounds
I have been looking very, very hard at Endall's D.
Looking very closely.
And Gom as well. I'm going to be looking very closely. I'm going to have to get a magnifying glass out, to check out Endall and Gom's D to find out who is the king of D. But best offense is easy because it's the person with the most banners. That's a no-brainer. That's easy, that one. And yeah. So, but obviously that'll be next week sometime.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, Paul and me getting ready for Friday show. Obviously, we've got there's the new the Nev reviews, the Pocket Go S30, and obviously
that'll be going up tomorrow morning.
That'll be going up tomorrow morning, and then obviously we'll be giving that away to one of our Patreons or one of our Twitch subs on Friday. So
Awesome.
if you want your hat throwing, you can come and watch on the day and throw in 100
We'll
bits.
explain it then.
We'll explain it then. But yeah, so we've got a giveaway this Friday. So yeah,
Awesome.
And then next Friday, if for some reason I don't get to make it this week, next Friday is the season 4 finale of the Escape Podcast.
Yeah. Exciting.
And as always, on a season finale, it's a radio drama at the very end.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it's going to be a good one.
Oh God, yeah, no, we're having nightmares with some of the voice actors. They can't do what they're told, and
yeah, they go and do their own thing.
Yeah,
they go and do
hard.
their own thing, and
It's hard. Those voice actors, they get real uppity, right? If their trailer isn't right, or if
there's a green M&M.
There's green. Oh my gosh! God forbid if there's green in M&Ms. Oh man, or olives.
Oh, there's a little bit too much bourbon in that one. Well, I shouldn't have down that.
Anyways, thank you, gentlemen, for joining me. Thank you guys for watching the episode tonight. See episode 5 of the Clone Wars, The Bad Batch. Breaking Bad Batch will be this Sunday night. I will be celebrating without bourbon my summer break, where I'm very excited.
There you go.
Hopefully I can be spend some more time actually making content.
And we need to talk about the recent spate of rumors that are out.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Because there's some juicy ones. There are some juicy ones out there at the moment.
Not for the Bad Batch.
This is not for the Bad Batch. No. We're just talking about
Star Wars.
This is just Star Wars in general. This is just Star Wars in general.
My goodness.
The biggest rumor of them all, being George Lucas,
the maker,
bankrolling a trilogy.
Yeah.
Bankrolling. Him. You know, so it's like
if you got this from
him.
Doomcock Mike Zero or
Oh God,
or
no! I do, no.
any of those people.
I do not prescribe to Mike Zero.
I
do
love
not.
watching Mike Zero.
I don't do Mike Zero. I don't do Mike Zero. But I do trust the sources for Midnight's Edge and for Doomcock.
Yeah.
Midnight's Edge and Doomcock sources have been shown to be reliable. But it's still a rumor.
It's all rumor. So, but it's a fun rumor to talk about. Anyway, so we'll have to do that later this week, Nev.
Thursday. I'm free Thursday night.
Thursday night it is then.
You're so quiet now, Thad.
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I move my mic away
You
too
forget
far?
that your mic is omnidirectional, not.
It's
get yourself a lapel mic. All right. Then you can look over here and look over here and look over here, and it all sounds the same.
I just yell a lot. I'm very loud. And so, like, if I'm sitting very close to my mic...
See, Paul's got one. Paul knows the score. Paul knows the score. You need to get one.
I probably
get yourself some pods.
Some pods.
Get yourself some earpods.
I spent so much money. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. Y'all have a great night. Paul, you want to take us out?
All right, guys. Remember, be nice to each other, damn it. And remember to smile.
And stay nerdy. I'm going to hit the button.